It is object oriented. So Java is a object oriented language. So Java support object orientation approach to develop a program. Okay, and it is compiled and interpreted. The Java program are first compiled then interpreted. After the program is compiled, it is converted to the bytecode. Okay, so the JVM then interprets the bytecode into the computer code and runs it. The first OG Java OG simple. Why it is simple? There is no pointer concept is used. Memory management it is automatically going on by using of constructor and destructor concept. Okay, so we will discuss it in the chapter, and it support the object orientation. Okay, when you are using your object orientation, it help you to make your application, and it gives you the code reusability concept. Again and again you have to there is no need to write the code. Once you write the code, and you have to use it in your requirement. Next is compile and interpreted. The Java program are first compiled then interpreted. So after the compilation, then it is converted to the bytecode. So it is having a two part. One is compile and interpreted. Interpreter work is what? Suppose you have 100 lines of code. ମୋ ପାଖରେ 100 lines of code ଅଛି. I execute one by one. Suppose I face the problem in 99 number of line. 100टा कोड भितर 99 number of line को जेतरा मो रीच करूची सेठी जदि मोर एरर आसिला, then again your compilation is start from the beginning. पुनी first रो start हो. Okay, so when you are using compiler, it not start the compilation from the beginning. माने जदि मोर 99 number line no more error achi, it start the compiling from that line only. Say line no more compilation start kariyo. Next is portable. Portable refers to the ability of a program to run on any platform without changing the source code of a program. Okay, it refers to the ability of a program to run on any platform without changing the source code of a program. हमें प्रोग्राम रो कोनोसी कोड चेंज करिवाने, you have to take that program in any platform. If you take in the window, same code you have to write. If you take in the Linux platform, same code you have to write. If you take the variety of the system, okay, आमे जेकोनोसी सिस्टम को नेकी जीवा सब सिस्टम रे हमरो कोड टा इजीली रन करिवो. That is called the portability. Means it is compatible with in any devices. It run in the window, it run in the Linux, it run in the Ubuntu. It is not asking for you any kind of changes that it requires. Next, it is a structure for compiling Java application. First, we store the Java application with the extension of .java. Okay, so Java file is stored with the extension of .java. So by using of Java compiler, it convert to the .class file. .class file nothing but it is called the 0 and 1 format. It contains the 0 and 1 format. So by using of JVM, we are using different operating systems. So for when you are using Windows JVM, it convert to the window machine code. Unix JVM, Unix machine code. Machine to machine code JVM is implemented. So it's saying that like mane you can say like mane PM Modi is going to the foreign and giving the speech in Hindi. Okay, तो से जो यूनाइटेड नेशन ने जदि समस्ते थिबे तो समस्ते तो हिंदी जानना थे तो सेति पई कोन होबो ना डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ कंपाइलर एठी यूज करा हला माने जेवीएम विंडो पई अलगा रहला यूनिक्स पई अलगा रहला मशीन टॉक पई अलगा रहला माने दे स्पेन रो जो लोक अछि से कोन करिवो ना हिंदी टा को स्पेनिश रे कन्वर्ट करिवो एठी आसिला जे अफगानिस्तान अछि से उर्दू रे कन्वर्ट कला रशियन अच्छी रशिया लैंग्वेज से कन्वर्ट करिवो. Okay, so Russia रो जे रशियन रे कन्वर्ट करिवो. So different people are converting their own language by using the corresponding JVM. JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine, or it is called the engine of Java. Okay, all rule regulation for writing the program in Java is defined by using of JVM. Next is hmm? The next comes to the distributed. Distributed is what? Java is designed for creating a application for distributed environment. As in the previous class, we have discussed that by using of Java, we can create a application for single tier, two tier, and three tier architecture. Okay, so for designing any application, we require the three part. One is user interface, business logic. Business logic is validating your data that you are given in the front end. Front end रे हमें जहाँ value दबा, ताको से validate करिवो, and it shows the output. If you give login ID password in the Facebook, so it is validated your ID and password. If your ID password is correct, then it is moving to the next page. Okay, so that it is called as the जो validation टा जोटा हैला, that is called the business logic. Okay, and where your value is stored, our value is stored in the database. So that database is called as the what? Permanent server. Okay, so from where you get your information means if your ID is correct, then you got the information from there. Secure. Java has built-in security feature that verify that program do not perform any destructive tasks such as accessing the file in the remote system. यदि मु remotely गोटे file टा को जाके आनिबी आ गोटे जगह रो remotely I will connect to the other system. So if I am not giving permission to do any modification, then I cannot do it. माने मु तुम लैपटॉप को remote आनिबी by using of TeamViewer or AnyDesk. So if you are not giving me permission to modify over there, then I cannot do anything. Okay, so here secure means Java already it is built in security feature. Like all, we can say like all viruses are made by using of Java, and all antivirus and super fast antivirus and very crucial antivirus is made by using of this Java. So various component of Java architecture. One is Java programming language and class file, JVM, Java application programming interface. So three things we're using: Java programming language and class file. We're using JVM, Java application programming interface, or we call as Java API. Java programming language and class file. Java program are saved with the extension of .java. Java file are saved with the extension of .java. Java file is compiled to generate the .class file. Okay, so Java file is compiled to generate the .class file which contains the bytecode. The JVM converts the bytecode certain in .class file into the machine code. The Java programs are saved with the extension of .java. So we store all the file with the extension of .java. .java file is compiled to generate the .class file. Now you convert .java file to the .class file which contain the bytecode. Then JVM convert the bytecode into the machine code. Okay, so that JVM needs to be implemented in each platform running on the different operating system. So that we use JVM that will run in the different operating system. Okay, so first आमे स्टोर करिवा फाइल टाको कादरे .java रे स्टोर करिवा. So by using of Java compiler, it convert to the .class file. Then by using of JVM, the bytecode is converted to the machine code. So that structure is given here. So Java programming language and class file. तो आमे जतरे Java program टा run करिवा automatic class file create हो. सेठी हमर program टा convert हे जीवो bytecode format रे. So you take this bytecode to any operating system, it works. JVM convert this bytecode contain in the .class file and into machine code. JVM कौन करिवो ये जो class file अछि ताको machine code रे convert करिवो. So that JVM needs to be implemented for each platform running on the different operating system. So now comes to here. JVM form the base for all Java platform and it is convenient to use various hardware based platform. The major component of JVM are one is class loader, execution engine, another is JIT compiler. So JVM contain three parts. One is class loader, execution engine, another is JIT compiler. The three parts that we contain. Class loader work is what? It is देखो. So it is a structure. आमे first कौन करिवा ना जो Java program टा .java file store करिवा. Java compiler means translator. तो translator से convert करिवा 0 and 1 format को. Then bytecode is converted to the machine code by using Java interpreter. So here we are using in this part. Okay, so in between you are using JIT compiler. So here we use JIT compiler, or which is called as the just-in-time compiler. Okay, so it is called as just-in-time compiler is used. Okay, so just-in-time, by using of just-in-time compiler, we convert the bytecode into the machine code.
Class folder और execution engine.
What? हाँ कहूँ क्लास लोड एटा होची फास्ट एटा देखो एटा रन केमती होची पर जावा फाइल टा जावा कंपाइलर रे बाइट कोड रे कन्वर्ट हबो बाइट कोड रो जावा इंटरप्रेटर थ्रू रे मशीन कोड रे कन्वर्ट हबो ओके तापर होची हमें यूज करबा जेवीएम फॉर्म द बेस फॉर ऑल जावा प्लेटफॉर्म मींस इट इज कॉल्ड द इंजन ऑफ योर जावा all rule and regulation is defined by using of JVM. The major component of JVM is one is class loader, execution engine, and just-in-time compiler. Class loader is only loading the class which is required runtime. Execution engine is executing your statement. Just-in-time compiler, which is used to converting your bytecode to the machine code. So here we are using JIT compiler. Okay. संगीता ऋतु बुझी होची जावा एप्लीकेशन प्रोग्रामिंग इंटरफेस और जावा एपीआई. Java API is a collection of software components that provide the capabilities such as GUI. To design the graphic user interface, we require Java API. So it is a package which is used to create a user interface application. The related class and interface of the Java API are grouped into the packages. माने जो graphic user interface design करिवा पई जो रिलेटेड क्लास एंड स्ट्रक्चर दरकार सेटा हमें यूज करबा कोठी ना सेटा कोड थिबो ना जावा एपीआई थ्रू थिबो ये डिफरेंट टूल्स कंटेन करे जो टूल्स थ्रू रे हमें कोन करि परिबा ना डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ ग्राफिक यूजर इंटरफेस डिजाइन करि परिबा. The Java architecture consists of the following security feature that make the Java programming language faster. One is compiler level security, bytecode verifier, class loader, sandbox model. The four type of architecture we're using. One is compiler level security, bytecode verifier, class loader, another is sandbox model. Okay, so that the four thing we are created: compiler level security, bytecode verifier, class loader, and sandbox model. So what is the work of compiler level security? Java prevent error that arise due to the improper memory uses, reducing the compile time error. Java prevent errors that arise due to the improper memory uses, reducing the compile time error. Typecasting in Java ensure that there is no data loss in the result or output of the code. So I give an example. Suppose in a program we define three variables. int A, int B, or result. These are the three variables we define. Now result equals to A by B. If you pass A is equals to 10, B is equals to 2, then the result it is giving you 5. But if you define here 3, then what is the result? So it is giving you 3.3 something, 3.33 value. But as we define int, as we define the int, so it is not showing you the fractional value. It is not showing you that value. It is only showing you these 3. Means your data is lost. This point value is also taking the remarkable role while getting the rank of a student, getting the seat in a college. The point value also matters, and the game of Olympics also the point value is also matters. Okay, so from the point also somebody is getting gold, somebody is getting silver and bronze medal. Okay, so but if we write in this way, then your data is lost. So Java is saying that at runtime, if you want to store another type of value, then you can convert one data type to the another data type. So by using of typecasting, it ensures that there is no data loss in the result of output of a Java code. Next is bytecode verifier. Bytecode verifier, it ensures that bytecode doesn't violate access restrictions such as read and write operation, and verify that bytecode doesn't forge pointer. So bytecode is not using pointer. So ensure that bytecode doesn't violate access restriction such as read and write operation. So when you compile the Java application, it is converted to the 0 and 1 format. If anybody tamper this 0 and 1 format and trying to delete this 0 and 1 format, they cannot do it. Okay, so this bytecode is verified into the two phases. In the first phase, the verifier checks the structure of the dot class file, means how your program will be written. Your program is written correctly or not. It is checking by the bytecode verifier in first phase. Second level phase, bytecode verifier checks when the bytecode is run. The bytecode verifier checks the validity of the classes like variable and member. माने आमे जो variable function जो define करिवा class भितरे आमे ताको कोठी use करि परिबा सेटा केते extend रे से माने use करि हबो सेटा आमे use करिबा bytecode verifier रे compiler level security जेमति पढले जेमति कि आमे गोटे डेटा टाइप रो आ गोटे डेटा टाइप कन्वर्ट कले हमर कोनोसी प्रॉब्लम हबनी द फर्स्ट फेज bytecode verifier फर्स्ट फेज रे से चेक करिवो JVM रो रूल वाइज मोर प्रोग्राम टा करेक्टली लिखा हिची कि नाही इन सेकेंड लेवल फेज रे से चेक करिवो मोर क्लास रो स्ट्रक्चर ठीक अछि कि नै, जो वेरिएबल डिफाइन करिছে सी ठीक अछि कि नै, ये सब चेक हबो कोठी ना सेकेंड लेवल फेज रे। क्लास ठीक अछि कि नै, वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर हेछि कि नै, से वेरिएबल टा को जगह रे हमें यूज करबा एटा सेकेंड लेवल फेज रे चेक हबो। Class loader. The class loader determine how and when an applet will use the class in running Java environment. In Java environment, there can be many class loader and each class loader can create its own runtime environment. In C programming, we are using the different header file, like if you are using stdio, then your printf and scanf is loaded. हमें जब stdio लिखिवा, then printf and scanf load होगा। जब मु तुमको tags देछि that I want to display only text, मते केवल किसी जिनसा display करिवार अछि, so that I use what? I use printf. Now for taking the keyboard input, scanf is required, but I am giving you tags for display anything, not taking the input from the user. So as you return stdio, then automatically printf and scanf is loaded. माने जदि भी मोर scanf टा दरकार हेनी तथापि सेटा हमर एठी यूज माने कॉल हे जिवो, which takes the memory. When it takes the memory, then it takes the timing to execute the program. माने हमर timing, execution of timing of the program is becomes less. Then comes to the sandbox model. Sandbox model is implemented in the Java applet containers such as web browser. So in earlier what happened, one client is connected to the server and getting the information. But if one client is connecting to the server and getting the information, if one client is now connecting to the another client, it is not possible. One client doesn't share the information to the another client. Through the server you cannot you can share. The sandbox model determined that limitation. It created two sandbox model. Through one sandbox model you can connect with the server and getting all the information. In another sandbox model, that is for the client, you can share the information from the client. Client जो information अच्छे ताको हमें share कर पाएगा। एटा कोई हमें sandbox model बुझेला। Then comes to the garbage collection. Garbage collection is the process that is used to free the memory of the object that are no longer in use. एमते घरे सफा सफी कले जो मैला बाहर ताको आने के हमें डस्टबिन में पकाऊ तापर फोपाड़ दो। Garbage collection is like that. It is the process that is used to free the memory of the object that are no longer in use. When a program stops referencing an object, it is not required anymore. It can be deleted. जो program टा कहा को reference दबनी stop हे गला and it is not required anymore, that value you have to delete it. The space that is occupied by the old data or old object, it is giving to the other object. So it is the process which is implies that the new objects are created and all on a reference object, like those are work is over, it is deallocate the memory. It is deallocate the memory of the object and it is allocate the memory, those are required. Like if I book for the movie ticket 3 to 5, after watching a TV, watching the movie, then there is no need to sit over there. So I have to leave that space so another people can sit over there. So it's just like a deallocated from the memory. Different approaches used for detecting the garbage collection. There are three different approaches we are using: a reference counting collector, tracing collector, compacting collector. So these are the three approaches that we are using for the garbage collection. Then we define the data type. Data type means the type of data that we have to store in a variable. Means you are define memory location. In that memory location, what value you have to store. So that is called the data type. So data type defines the type of data that we have to store in the memory, that is called the data type. As Java is a strictly type language, which means that Java gives the importance to the type checking. Okay, so Java is giving much more importance for the type checking, so that to store the information in a variable, first of all, we have to define the data type. So what are the data types are present? One is primitive data type, a reference data type, another is abstract data type. Primitive data type, reference data type, another is abstract data type. Okay, these are the three data types we are using. Okay, so now what is a primitive data type? Data type is define which value you have to store in a variable. The primitive data type is called as the built-in data type in the Java is called as the primitive data type. Built-in means which is predefined or which is already defined, that is called as the built-in data type. So built-in data type is called as the primary data type. This primary data type is having four groups. One is integer type, floating point type, boolean type, and character type. So 64 there are what built-in data type are present, and again it is category into the four way. One is integer, floating, boolean, and character. Integer store only numeric value, floating store the decimal value, boolean store yes and no, character store single letter or multiple letter. Then comes to another data type. So first of all, we see that what is the size of it. Okay, so here in Java there are four groups are present. In four group there it is having a 8 subgroups. For integer it is byte. For integer you can measurement it is short, int and long. Size is for byte is 1 byte, short is 2 byte, int is 4 byte, long is 8 byte, and in floating point double is 8 byte. Default value for all integer is 0. For floating point it is 0, 0.0, 0.0. For boolean it will store the yes or no or true or false value, yes or no or true or false value. If you not store any value over there, then default value false is added. So here default value is false. Similar way, for the character size is 2 byte, range of character is single character, it is null. So for integer, we are storing 4 data type byte short int, but byte short int long. Letter. Okay. And for size is byte 1 byte, short is 2 byte, int is 4 byte, long is 8 byte. Similar way in the float is 4 byte, double is 8 byte. Default value is 0, 0.0, 0.0. For boolean, store the true or false, yes or no, or default is false. In character, it stores the 2 byte. Okay. Reference data type is what? Reference data type contain the address of the dynamically created object, are also called as the primary data type. Means it doesn't contain the value of its own. It contains the address where your value is stored. If you take an example, object of a class, object is giving a reference to the class. The reference data type is just like that. It doesn't contain the value of its own. It contains the address where your value is stored. It is also called as a non-primitive data type. Non-primitive data type means that is not predefined. Object and array, it is a user defined. Then next we comes to the abstract data type. It includes the data type derived from the primitive data type and have more functions than the primitive data type. Like if you define as character, okay, if you define a char data type, char na, then size is 4. Okay, so now I initialize value. So if I write WELLC, so C you will not be displayed because I have give a size is 4. If it is a string data type, if it is a string data type, then here there is no need to give any kind of size. As much as character you can write. There is no need to give any kind of size. Or किसी limit नहीं. Okay, but char is having a limit. So it is better that when you store more than one value in Java, in place of char, you supposed to use the string data type. Okay.
स्ट्रिंग में स्ट्रिंग को नहीं बोलते तो
The keywords in the Java, the keywords are the reserved word for any language. Keywords cannot be used as to give the variable name, constant, or classes. Like you cannot give a variable name as class. You cannot give the variable name as void. So those are the keywords that is available in the Java earlier. That keyword should not be used while declaring a function or variable. जितला वेरिएबल और फंक्शन हमें नेम टा डिफाइन करिबा एटा कोनोसी कीवर्ड हेइ नथिबे. The keyword with all or some letter in the uppercase can be treated as a variable name, but that should be avoided. Okay, system S capital अच्छे हमें small ले भी define करके variable name pass करी परिबा, but that should be avoided. It makes you confusion. So variable is what? Now variable is the name that is refers to the memory location where some data value is stored. You can assign the different values to variable during the program execution. Java allocates the memory for each variable that used in your program. Each variable that is used in a program must be declared first. Okay, so variable means it is a memory location where you have to store the value, and that value changes throughout the program execution. जते program जीवो the value टा change होगा. Suppose I am giving a program adding the two number, so one body is passing 10 and 20, another person maybe store 30 and 40. Okay, so it is a difference. Naming convention, the name of the variable needs to be meaningful. Suppose if you want to store a student name, so define here S name so that it is easily understandable for others. The name of variable needs to be meaningful, short, and without any embedded space or symbol. A variable name must be unique. When you define a variable, before the variable, it is not allowed to enter any kind of digit or symbol. Only underscore is required. Okay, only by using of underscore you work it. Variable should not start with a digit. Variable name should not be a constant. Variable name in Java is case sensitive. Case sensitive means if you write capital A system, then it will end with the system. So in between you cannot write in your own way. Like if you make it system as small, it shows an error. If you write system.out, O is small, then it shows an error. If you not give any kind of bracket, then also it is showing an error. Okay. So these are the different types of variable and constant we define. Okay, so in next class I will start with the Java programming. Can the program lekha ho next class re dekhiye. Okay.